Hello and welcome back to another Travel Risk Management Solutions forecast. My name's Tony Ridley. I'm an international consultant, speaker, author and advisor on travel risk management and health and safety for the business traveller. And I'm also the contributing editor and founder of travelriskmanagementsolutions.com. In this particular sessions, we're going to be focusing on the top 6 business travel threats for 2012. The number one threat for 2012 is going to be the travel industry themselves. Travel industry has had a difficult year this year, and in particular this is going to impact upon business travel. The far greater market associated with travel is that of the leisure and the holiday market, so business is really going to take a back seat. The number 2 threat for business travel in 2012 is going to be the corporate systems themselves. Corporate systems in the virtual world, corporate systems when it comes to IT and certainly electronic access and sharing of information. The third biggest threat to business travel for 2012 will be the airlines. Too many people have only realised in the last 12 to 18 months that the airlines have and always will play a pivotal role in the threat associated with containment of costs and services supported for business travellers. But too many have only discovered as a result, when these airlines change their mind or are affected by elements such as volcanoes and labour strikes, that these response mechanisms can consume anywhere between 50 to 80% of their annual travel budget just to correct these small duration events that compound beyond that of a quarter or an annual budget allocation. The fourth greatest threat to business travel for 2012 is going to lay with mobile devices. Whilst many exclusively focus on the IT aspects and the portability and the video capture and transfer capabilities of mobile devices as being a threat, that's not exclusively the issue associated with business travel for 2012. The fifth greatest threat for business travel in 2012 is going to be social media. Social media, not because of its existence and those that contribute to it, but because social media represents a significant impact and change on the travel industry, and this in turn will disrupt and affect the business travel market as well, as more individuals utilize it, engage it and make decisions on social media associated with leisure and business travel, particularly in 2012. The sixth threat for 2012 business travel is going to be travellers themselves. We've mentioned this once or twice over the last couple of years, certainly on the back of the global financial crisis, but we've seen the phenomena repeat again, in the sense that many travellers and travel budgets have been restricted over the course of the last 12 months and will continue to be impacted over the next 6 to 12 months at least. So we're seeing travellers at all level stop and start their travel process or enter it for the very first time. So what we're seeing is an increased and compounding effect for the threat associated and created by business travellers themselves. That concludes this year's forecast. If there's any further questions or feedback, please feel free to contact us via the websites or click on one of the provided links, which will take you to an opportunity to either engage, follow up or provide feedback. In this session, we're focused on the top 6 business travel threats for 2012. At a very high level, we've looked at the strategic threats and influences associated with the threats for 2012. We've looked at the travel industry and the fragmentation, offerings and oversights as a result of the ever-competing travel industry, and certainly the proliferation of one-to-one communication tools such as applications, websites and booking processes is going to create an issue for organisations. Corporate security systems themselves, those using outdated Windows systems and other old outdated Microsoft tools, the costs associated with upgrades, the software and certainly access to social media, which is compounded as a result of these old, outdated and inefficient tools. Then the airlines themselves, with the declining service standards or the costs associated with ancillaries, routes and available options, and certainly schedules which lead to consistency disruption and further travel delays from a cost and also a safety and well-being aspect. Mobile devices, we've looked at the choice, the corporate offerings and certainly the utilizations. They're increasing, they're going to increase consistently over the course of the next 12 months and certainly into the foreseeable future, and this represents a significant challenge and threat to organisations. Social media itself, like fire, it can be a very friendly tool, but it can also be a cruel master, and many organisations are going to find themselves and their individuals grossly underprepared or inefficiently resourced as a result to support, consume, utilise and benefit from the good, bad and the ugly associated with social media. And last but not least, the travellers themselves, with new and exposed and education and knowledge representing the foundation of concern for a comprehensive travel risk management process, which its end objective is for the increase in efficiency, productivity and certainly the health and safety and well-being of its business travellers. It's a sizable investment. The Global Business Travel Association forecasts that for every $1 spent on the actual travel process itself, that's consumption of flights, accommodation and so on, between $7 and $22 is actually invested in the outcomes for the business, or is the amount of business being pursued. So it's a sizable investment in all aspects, not to mention the investment associated with the individual and obviously the training and experience and skills and whatever business deal they may be working on at the time. So once again, that concludes this year's forecast. If there's any further questions, please feel free to contact us. Once again, and thank you for your time. Goodbye.